In my mind, I look like this guy, Chris Helmsworth, or maybe The Rock? Perhaps John Krasinski? Ooh, and don't get me started on that Hugh Jackman guy. But in reality, I look like this. Just a plain old regular guy. A couch potato, some may say. But some may be wrong. Cause I'm definitely on my Michael B. Jordan come up grind right now. Just you wait. Snatch, waist, and everything. Or whatever they say on TikTok. The topic of issues in body image is pretty important. This problem latches onto people of a variety of backgrounds, and it can manifest if you're old, young, black, white, gay, or straight, and more. It varies from time to time and place to place, with cultures and generations all growing up with their own idealized version of a specific perfect body image. What with the advent of social media and our increasingly digital age, it's certainly become much easier to find ourselves in the midst of people who we believe might be the top 10 IG baddie perfect physique material. Almost as if it's become the norm of society. Then I just go outside and I realize I live in my head way too much. No, but seriously, this is certainly still quite the predicament, especially when considering just how this affects people and their perspectives on themselves, as well as others around them. So I thought this topic might be rather enticing to venture into and explore within the realm of a certain group of people. To be more specific, I wanted to see just how men may deal with body image issues with certain standards that society may prop in place for them. Now, I'd argue that body image issues can flare up in a variety of ways, as body image is defined in one way as simply how people see themselves, and body image issues referring to the unrealistic perception of your physical body. Going by this, body image issues that men may struggle with can range from insecurities in height, hair, and weight, to overall attractiveness, eating habits, and strength. Some traits are genetic or dominant and can't exactly be helped. I hope to one day pull off the sleek, bald look myself if I ever begin to lose my luscious 4C hair. Other traits might have some exaggerations to them, like that Instagram model who used camera angles to make themselves look taller or stronger. But first, let's get an idea of how the perfect male body has changed over time in society. Of course, the ideal look for a guy has changed over time, as a perceptive ideal body always does. Honing in on the male standard here in the US, some of us have lived to see the standard shift from a thin and slender, clean-cut look branded in the 60s, to the macho man bodybuilder of the 80s, to the sleek, athletic build of the 90s. As usual, popular media especially holds its own role in pushing out various body standards to the masses. I wonder if all the popular kids worked out to look like Rocky or Rambo back in the day. As of our current era, it seems like the dad bod is in. Actors such as Will Smith, Chris Pratt, and Adam Sandler, and more have been praised for curating the physique in the last decade and a half. When I personally think ideal male body, more so for myself, this guy's got almost a Hugh Jackman, Chris Evans look. Or maybe like a Lance Gross, Broderick Hunter vibe going on. Though, of course, that's not even how the vast majority of men look, whether it be in height, body shape, or even like facial features. Now, I did get kind of curious, and so I decided to dive into just what it took for celebrities to get into shape for a role. Apart from the one-off potential situations of steroid use being cited, much of it seemed to boil down to diet, exercise, and sleep, with diet actually being a good bulk of what helps the most. The two main things that stood out to me were the fact that actors typically needed to increase their caloric intake to gain weight, and that seemed to encompass gouging a whole lot of specific meals, and also working out rather often. The post that I'd come across stated that when it came to increasing or decreasing weight, much of the effort seems to go into your diet, but a little less into working out. Still, some of our well-known lean and bulky actors could see workout sessions more than once a day and lasting a bit over an hour, according to workout trainers who have provided insights on their own processes. Another key point that makes this entire process just as unrealistic is the fact of just how fast actors need to increase or decrease their weight or body form, sometimes having just a few weeks before shooting starts. Their diet and workout plans? Probably not what I could hold myself accountable to. Though I think that I have some room to improve here and there, their bar does not have to be mine. While some of the articles and accounts from personal trainers stated that the bodies of some of these actors weren't exactly out of reach for the common person, it was definitely reiterated that the sheer intensity and dedication would still push a lot of people beyond their limits. I've also found that makeup and camera angles can even be key to creating more skewed views on the actor's body as well. Other media, such as Korn, sometimes invokes its own perceptive problems with body image, with its constant marketing of terms that stereotype men to unrealistic body sizes. The industry has been rather noticeable in the past of promoting vast stereotypes about men and women, along with its rigid views of defining how intercourse is supposed to be. Often boasting larger male member sizes, it markets this as key to providing the ambrosia feeling to your partner, possibly making more than a few men feel inadequate in how they may be able to properly and fully please their partners. And I kid you not, they'll come up with the craziest, most profound titles to get this point across. Like, can we talk about this? Because why on earth am I seeing user Big Balls Bukkake 7128 talk about the 9-inch rod he saw in a video titled Monster Cock Takes Lady Hole on Reddit? On Reddit of all places! Like, please have some manners. Who raised you? Or actually, no. Maybe I should just expect that from people online at this point. I don't know. And anyways, if there's anything that I've gained from looking into all of this, it's that online media is certainly not completely representative of real life. Now, while it might seem great to boast such physiques, it's important to consider the legitimacy and attainability of these features because, seriously, not all of us can grow a beard, be 6'2", and harbor a pen mightier than a sword. When looking at social media and the preferred physical appearance, I feel like it's good to remember that these are sometimes the exceptions that are paraded, not the norm. There's only so much I can do to improve my looks. It's also not like I can Photoshop my looks to make myself flawless. We also don't have to look like America's Next Top Model just to be deemed attractive. With that all being said, I mean, it's still pretty nice when you go outside and get the occasional compliment from someone once in a while, whether it's in your looks or fashion or sense. All a huge self-esteem booster. Of course, find happiness in yourself, but like, still great when other people chime in sometimes. That deposit is going to be in my happy memory for years. Gotta ride that compliment out for as long as I can. I'd say that social media apps such as Instagram are also large contributors in increasing the insecurities we see in our modern men, apart from movies or commercials like Axe Spray. I don't know if you all remember that, but it came to mind while I was making this video of those old Axe Spray commercials that show some shredded guy, 16 packs and all, spraying Axe on himself and like instantly being a chick magnet. Yeah, I can assure you that was not a portrayal of real life. I have no idea what was going on there. False advertising might as well have been the name of the game. There also isn't as much of an emphasis made on just how these portrayals of men lead to issues down the line, such as eating disorders, body dysmorphia, or hyperactivity in weightlifting. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit surprised though to see some male actors talk about dealing with body dysmorphia as they prepare to play certain roles in movies. It would appear that there's been a number of studies done in regards to male mental health and body image. Some have stated a large increase in the number of men dissatisfied with their appearance, almost tripling in the past 25 years from 15 to 45%. Studies have also suggested that up to 25% of people who experience anorexia or bulimia are men, though this could be higher since eating disorders are commonly reported to be underdiagnosed in men. Men who identify as gay may also see higher reports of eating disorders, as they may turn to binge eating as a way of reducing stress. One study has shown that gay men may account for 42% of men with specific eating disorders. These issues can trigger terrible side effects such as irregular heartbeat, impaired immune systems, and impaired bone density, to organ damage, muscle weakness, and depression. For me personally, I've dealt with my share of inadequacy in my body, especially after the pandemic and noticing changes in my diet. While starting to hit the gym and getting into a more consistent flow, I started to take a more body neutral mindset to myself, thinking the goal shouldn't be me going, I need to tone myself to just look better, but more so working out helps me get stronger and it makes my body more capable of doing more or helping more. I'd say it's made a pretty decent difference in how I view myself. I don't need to work out and try to get fit like John Cena or Wolverine in the end. I'm almost definitely not even going to do what it takes to get that disciplined. It's just nice to make the goal of going out and pushing myself to do better and go beyond my limits. Every guy is different though, you know? I mean, some hold fewer negative issues with how they see their bodies, and others, some dudes were going through it. But my hope is that with this video, it at least brings this discussion to attention more and helps us just to think a bit more about how we interact with boys and men in real life, and create portrayals in media that end up becoming more inclusive or realistic. I'm not saying that every man needs to be praised like he's Brad Pitt when we see him, but showing a little variety of that diversity done well can be comforting. I know for me personally, it's been a bit of a journey these past few years. One thing that I have found to be really important is learning how to find what to love about myself, regardless of where I am with my body progress, whether it's in physique and working out, fashion sense and finding my style, hair care, or what have you. It also just becomes a lot easier to accept love and compliments from others when you find out and learn how to love yourself and your progress. I really feel as though that's sound and it can do some great things for your mental health and self-perception. To end this off, I do want to say that I've been struggling with coming up with topics like these because I've been thinking at the end of the day, are people just going to have their preferences and we just live with it? Maybe not too many people care and I'm making a bigger deal of something that isn't as serious. Science just naturally has an answer to this. Or is this all more than just surface level and needs to be addressed in some form? Does our society at large play a bigger role in our perceptions than we think? Still trying to figure that all out. It may change how I go about my next few videos. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say for now. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time. While some of the articles and accounts from personal trainers stated that the bodies of some of these actors weren't exactly out of reach for the common person, what was that?